Welcome back. So find your position, take some long, slow, deep, silent breaths, deep and slow, quiet and even. There you go. In through the nose, out from the mouth, in through the belly, out from the chest, in through the heart, out from the mind. And as you breathe slowly, deeply, evenly, with each exhale, as you get to the bottom of your breath cycle, squeeze a little more air out. You'll notice that your deep ensuing inhale follows. So as we always say in this class, the key to taking a deep breath isn't how much we draw in through our nose. The key to taking a deep breath is how much we puff out at the bottom of every breath. So extend every exhale, make it a little longer. And you're tipping your autonomic nervous system towards the parasympathetic branch, what we often call the rest and digest branch, the opposite of fight or flight. So we extend every exhale. And as we do so, we start to focus our mind on the fleeting moments where the out-breath changes to the in-breath, and the other fleeting moment where the in-breath changes back to the out-breath. Center your mind on those fleeting moments. You'll never find them, and that's the idea. It's an infinitesimal moment, but the idea is to sharpen the mind on the stone of the breath, to always search for that fleeting moment. You'll notice it's very calming, it's very centering, and it's an excellent meditative technique to do any time during the day. It can be a breath or two. It doesn't have to be a formal meditative practice, even though that's beautiful too. And after a few long, slow, deep, silent breaths more, invite your eyes to slowly, gently flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower, as we work our way into our warm-ups, beginning with what we call yoga neck roll. We take a deep breath in and our head floats like a balloon towards the sky. And as we exhale, our chin drops towards our chest. When we inhale again, we inhale one ear past the shoulder, exhale, chin past chest, inhale, opposite ear past opposite shoulder, exhaling, chin past chest, and rocking from side to side. The yoga neck roll, simply making a big letter U, tilting the head past the shoulder, exhaling down and across, inhaling, calibrating your breath with your movement, your phrenic nerve with your vagus nerve, your diaphragm with your inner ear, and the semicircular canals. Beautifully done. On your next exhale, let your chin pause and inhale your chin back upright as we work into the shoulder girdle, the upper respiratory sinus. We begin to loop our shoulder blades forward and upward with each inhale, and then squeeze them backward and downward with every exhale. Continue in the pattern, in the rhythm of your own breath, looping and scooping forward, squeezing backward and downward, waking up the area between the shoulder blades, known in the ancient Asian literature as the Dajue point. Oh, beautifully done. It's okay to moan in delight. I know I need this from time to time, and it just feels good in the morning. One more, and then relax your shoulders. Turn your eyes towards one hand and begin to scoop and toss behind you. Eyes follow hand, and hand follows breath. Scooping with palm up and tossing with palm down. We call this silk reeling exercise windmills. And it just gets our body involved, turning trunk, shifting weight. Beautifully done. The windmills. Boy, it's windy out here today on the porch in the Blue Ridge. Now bring that reeling back into your shoulder blades and begin rolling each one independent of the other. Big circles. Beautifully done. Shift weight, turn trunk, get the body into it. And then prepare as you rock and roll from side to side to simply go straight into the pellet drum. Begin turning trunk, still shift weight, and allow the arms to flail from the body. And then to do the pellet drum properly, we begin to slap or tap the top of the opposite shoulder and the low back. And you can decide how much you need today, how assertive. Slapping or tapping, top of the shoulder. And then when you feel ready, you can drop down to the top of the chest, around the collarbone, slapping or tapping. And after you've slapped or tapped up the top of the chest, you drop to the bottom of the rib cage, those floating ribs. You squeeze out that extra breath. Beautifully done. And then finally down to the hips, where we'll wind up. As we've gotten our thoracic spine all warmed up with our shrugs and rolls and all the above, our hands drift to our hips and we work the lumbar spine, big loops, hula hoop loops. We call this stirring the bowl. As we loop the hips in one direction, we simply pause to loop in the opposite direction. Always striving to balance yin and yang, always striving to balance east and west. We allow our center of gravity now to settle within our base of support. We step out into a wider, lower stance that's known as mabu, the horse riding stance. You should be able to kind of bob up a little up and down, just like you're riding a horse, for what's known by the Shaolin as the Great Bear Swings. We take a deep breath in, and then as we exhale, we turn our shoulders, drop down. As we inhale again, we turn shoulders, rise to pause. And exhale, turn shoulders, drop down. Inhale, rise to pause, and continue to do so in the rhythm of your own breath. You don't need to follow mine. Beautifully done. The Great Bear swings from side to side. And on your next exhale, while still remaining in horse stance, pause at the bottom, inhale upright. And before we leave, let's do a little shifting weight on a figure eight. So simply get a figure eight movement going with the hips. Just get used to this movement because this is good form in Tai Chi and Qigong. Being able to move through exercises like silk reeling and the like. Beautifully done. And then allow yourself to settle back in the middle. Bring your feet back into a comfortable stance. Usually we call this square or center stance. And we finish up with the lower body. We shift weight onto one foot, raise the opposite heel, and begin looping the knee inward. Hey, Buck, come on. And after you've looped inward, you can loop outward a little bit. You can come on. And then take weight through this foot. Hey, buddy. Raise the opposite heel, loop inward. Buck wants to join us. And after you've looped inward a little bit, you can loop outward. And then allow your center of gravity to settle within your base of support. Warm-ups are done from head to toe. We now move into Qigong breathing, inhaling our palms up towards our heart and exhaling our palms back down towards our lap and breathing between the heart and the lap as the palms lead the way with each breath. As you follow the rhythm of your own breath, you're breathing between two energy centers we know as the middle dantian and the lower dantian. But to do Qigong breathing properly, we need to engage the upper dantian. And the best way to do so, if you can comfortably, is to invite your eyes to close so that you can use the full power of your own personal visualization. With each inhale, you visualize a glowing mist rising from the core of the earth through the soles of your feet, up the trillions of cells in your inner body, to collect in the mind at the top of the head. And with each exhale, as your hands melt down, you visualize that glowing mist forming a glowing cloud, and that glowing cloud forming a glowing rain. And with each exhale, that gentle glowing rain washes down those trillions of cells through the soles of your feet, back into the earth. So this classic visualization of Qigong is known as cleansing the inner body. And as you inhale and your hands float, the glowing mist rises. And as you exhale and your hands melt, a glowing rain falls, cleansing the inner body. And this is a perfect mindset to move into our practice. So the next time your hands float upward, invite them to pause at heart height in a hugging pose that's known lovingly as stand like tree. This is where we take inventory of our alignment. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. And between them, our spine, our string of pearls, stretches as our hands hover as if tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet remain parallel in a firm, rooted stance like a mighty oak. As our three energy centers, our tiens, balance perfectly on one another like smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. And as we continue to breathe with eyes closed and pursed lips, our hands begin to slowly melt downward until our thumbs cross over our belly button and our folded fingers warm below in what's lovingly known as the cauldron of the body, lower dantian. And with each extended exhale, we imagine blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the body. Using our visualization, we see the embers respond and grow brighter and brighter. And with each deep ensuing inhale, we draw that light upward. We begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, and those embers respond as well. The two dantian grow brighter and brighter with each extended exhale through pursed lips, closed eyes, as if blowing through a straw. With each deep ensuing inhale, the light grows further and wider and fills the trillions of cells of the inner body, spilling beyond the inner body and bathing the room around you in light, warm, silken Qi energy. And may your body stay strong, and may your heart stay calm. And if eyes are closed, enjoy it as your hands begin to melt to your sides, only inviting them to flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. We step into the center of our little boat, and our hand on this side of the screen floats before the heart in a gentle fist. The hand on this side covers it, and together we take a deep breath in. We slowly exhale and bow to one another in a gesture of mutual respect. As we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for the tradition, we exhale down. When we inhale again, we inhale the palms up an inch apart. Very slowly and deliberately exhale our hands down our center line. This is known as centering the Qi. We do one more with our palms together. Inhale in the manner of the Shaolin. We exhale only as far as the heart center. As we inhale, elbows rise and wrists straighten. As we exhale, the hands float down in Shaolin style. We do this in deference to them and all they've taught us. We now step out into our little boat and we unlock our knees. As we inhale, our palms up again, an inch apart. We exhale down slowly and we follow the rhythm of our own breath, floating, knees and hands rise, melting, knees and hands melt down and fall. And this we know as sinking the chi, where we find our alignment and return again and again. Now, in a moment, we're going to move from side to side. So when our hands rise again, the hand and foot on this side come out in front of us. The heel is down, the toe is up, and the opposite hand is in between. This is known as playing peepaw. We take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we switch to the other side and inhale up and form the pose. Pause for a second, rise and switch, exhale down, playing peepaw from side to side. Beautifully done. Well done. Rise with the breath and fall with the breath. Playing peepaw. Well done. And on this next one, step out, find your center, and sink your chi. Rise with the breath and fall with the breath. And continue floating and melting. Well done. When your hands rise again, the next time they drop, let them pause at the bottom extended, and then inhale them extended up in front of you to heart height, and then exhale back down, floating and melting. This movement is known as opening the door. You'll often see opening the door at the beginning of formal Tai Chi and Qigong routines. Beautifully done. And when our hands rise again, let's invite them to spread wide and then pause. Beautifully done. While we're in this spreading stance, let's stance into horse stance. Well done. The hand on this side scoops across, winds up in front of the other shoulder in a grip stance. The extended hand holds two fingers up. This is called sword hand. The eyes will fixate beyond those two fingers. As we take a deep breath in, when we exhale, we melt down and draw the bow to shoot the arrow. Then we inhale to the other side, rise up, exhale down, just like that, from side to side. This is the third of the 8 brocades, the Badua Jin. Drawing the bow to shoot the arrow. Well done. Rise with the breath. Fall with the breath. Cast your gaze beyond the sword hands. Now, there are many variations of this move, and we'll explore a couple of them. There are many variations of the Badua Jin. One of them is when we actually aim more towards the sky, above the horizon, as we shift weight from one foot to the other. So prepare yourself on this next one. Aim upward and exhale, draw. Then switch to the other side. Aim upward, exhale, draw, and continue from side to side. And before we leave drawing the bow to shoot the arrow, we'll do a more aggressive style that the Chen style uses. And we'll actually reach up overhead as we inhale, and then we'll drop as low as we can go as we exhale. So in a moment, prepare yourself and reach up overhead, then drop as low as you can, draw across and switch up overhead as you inhale. Exhale across. This is another version of drawing the bow to shoot the arrow, the third of the 8 brocades. Well done. Now, on this next one, pause at the bottom and spread the hands wide. The hand and foot on this side of your screen are going to come to your center line as you cross wrists with palms up. And as you inhale, raise that foot and hold 2 gentle fists. Then exhale and switch. Inhale to the other side. And continue. Exhale, cross wrists. Inhale on 1 foot. This is the Shaolin bucket hold. We rise with the breath, and we fall with the breath. Floating and melting from side to side. The Shaolin bucket hold. Beautifully done. Now, on this next one, return to horse stance and rest your hands just above your knees, wherever you're comfortable with your thighs. This is known as wagging the dragon's tail, the 4th, the 8 brocades. It's very similar to your warm-up, the Great Bear swings. But the Great Bear swings traces more of a circle, if you recalled. And wagging the dragon's tail is more of a letter U with your trunk and head. So join me now. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale down, inhale over 1 foot. Then exhale down, inhale over the other foot. And continue in that manner, resting your hands from side to side. So you can see it's a slight variation of just like the big Great Bear swings warm-up. This is wagging the dragon's tail, another one of the Ba Dua Jin. Beautifully done. Now on this next one, as you drop down, invite yourself to pause in the middle. Inhale your trunk upright. We're going to bring this foot back in for another Shaolin pose known as holding the urn. We'll adopt the hug the tree pose, and we'll bring this western ankle up while we balance on the eastern foot. So try it with me. Inhale into holding the urn. Then exhale down and switch sides. Inhale, hold the urn to the west. Exhale down. Inhale, hold the urn to the east. Exhale down. And do your best. It's okay if you're a little wobbly. I am too. But the point of strong Qigong is to challenge our balance, to challenge our strength, to challenge our posture, and learn to move in smooth flow. Rise with the breath and fall with the breath. Beautifully done. Holding the urn in the Shaolin manner. Beautifully done. On this next one, step back out into horse stance. And we'll finish up this Shaolin series with the Shaolin punch. 2 gentle fists right at the hips. The first Shaolin punch we'll do is from side to side. We take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we slowly punch to one side. We inhale back to the hips and switch. Exhale to the other side. And as you inhale back and switch from side to side, you engage a few more details. One is as you punch to the side, you tighten up that fist. And as you draw back, you soften the fist. So explore that. The other is, believe it or not, this is true, you make angry eyes as you punch out and then soften your face as you draw back. All of this is yin-yang energy, and you're exploring the strong side of you and the soft side of you. So strong, determined, even angry eyes as you punch out, soft and gentle demeanor as you return. Yin and yang energy. Beautifully done. And on this next one, return to center and pause. This next portion of the Shaolin Punch is from the Shaolin Temple Europe. This is one of their warm-ups. We're going to do Shaolin Punch on one leg. We're going to bring the western foot in, and we're going to punch like so. And then we'll inhale to center, and we'll exhale to side. So continue. Inhale to center, exhale to side. Same rules apply. A nice tight fist as you push out, a soft as you pull back. And if you want to use that determined stare as you push out, feel free to. Push out that yang energy, draw back the soft, gentle yin energy. Beautifully done. Hello. And see, even I lose my balance sometimes. A strong breeze can do it. Exhale out, inhale to center. One more time each side. Beautifully done. And then return to your center stance. We'll finish up this series with the Shaolin Punch in the traditional form that I was taught. And what you do is you take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, the fist comes out in front of you as you sink down. And then as you inhale, you draw back softly, and the opposite hand comes out as you sink down and exhale. Inhale to center, and exhale to side. But all those rules apply I mentioned earlier, and that is, you make that determined, even angry demeanor as you push out and tighten that arm. You soften as you draw back and push out yang energy so that you make room for yin energy. And this is actually part of the practice, to actually squeeze and then draw back from side to side. Beautifully done. Now there are also versions of this, and one is a little more flourishing. So as your hand comes out in front of you, position it more palm down, and then scoop back, and palm down, and scoop back. This is just a version that's really nice flourish. Draw back, that open hand, the fist going out, the hand drawing back, is just another version of the Shaolin Punch. And we'll finish up with more of the tiens style, and that's where we drop an elbow. So our forearm is upright, and we exhale down. We inhale and switch, we exhale and fall. These are all versions of the Shaolin Punch. And the Shaolin Punch is one of the 8 brocades, the Badua Jin. Beautifully done. And on this next one, pause and bring your feet back into a comfortable stance and find your center and sink your chi. Beautifully done. Inhale and rise. Exhale and fall. Bring it all back to your center line. Well done. When your hands drop again, let them pause extended at the bottom. Then inhale them extended up in front of you to chest height. And exhale down and let the knees and hands rise and fall with your breath. When your hands rise again, spread them wide. Stand like tree. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. And as our spine, our string of pearls stretches between them, our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak. As our three dantian balance perfectly on one another like smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath, soft gaze, or eyes closed, feel the echoes of the chi you stirred and see the dance you just completed in your mind's eye. Use the power of your own visualization. Choose your favorites. And if eyes are closed, enjoy it as your hands begin the final journey downward, slowly crossing thumbs over belly button, folded fingers warming again on the cauldron of the body. Resume blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body, with each extended exhale through closed eyes and pursed lips as if blowing through a straw. And as you do, the embers respond by growing brighter and brighter. You draw that light inward and outward and upward with each inhale, and you begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, the upper dantian, the third dantian, the one that brought you this beautiful inner show. You blow on those embers and they respond as well. And as you exhale and blow on the embers of all three cauldrons, the light grows brightest still, filling your inner galaxy, spilling beyond your inner galaxy, bathing the room around you, spilling beyond the room around you, bathing the loving home around you, spilling beyond the loving home around you, bathing the world around you and life itself in bright, warm, silken, friendly chi energy. May your body stay strong. May your heart stay calm. May your mind stay sharp. And may your spirit stay free. Idao Chidao. And if eyes are closed, let your hands melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open. Just as a butterfly might leave a flower, we step into the center of our little boat. Very slowly and deliberately inhale our hands up an inch apart, and just as slowly and deliberately exhale down our center line, centering our chi as promised at the beginning. So the hand on this side of your screen makes the gentle fist. The hand on this side covers it. And together, we take a deep breath in and straighten. We slowly exhale and bow to one another. And you give yourselves a round of applause for being the light you made in the world today. Thank you so much for this beautiful practice. I really enjoy it.